We've had rain and thunderstorms crossing the area this morning, but forecast is calling for sun by the afternoon. Again, a day of warmth, high 82, partly cloudy, cooler low 53 overnight. Currently 65. Next news coming up at 8. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
From the Matrix Home Solutions Studios, this is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560, The Answer.
Listen to AM 560 The Answer online at 560theanswer.com, on the AM 560 mobile app, on your Alexa-powered smart speaker, and on TuneIn, iHeart, and on Odyssey. If you're looking for the latest news, insight into what it means, and the sharpest opinion, there's only one station in Chicago where you can turn, and it's this one. We're AM 560, The Answer.
Top of the morning, Dan and Amy. Alicia Finley writing in the Wall Street Journal about the two economic recoveries, the one happening or not happening in Democrat socialist states, so-called blue states, and the one happening in red states. 9 of the 10 states with the lowest unemployment rates in the country are led by Republicans. The exception is Wisconsin, but in Wisconsin, you had the Supreme Court intervene to invalidate Governor Tony Evers' lockdowns last year, so that helped. The unemployment rate in Wisconsin is 3.9%, same as Indiana. Illinois, 7.1%.
Of course it is.
Restaurant booking, the restaurant booking website OpenTable, reservations in Florida have been running about 20% higher than May, 20% higher in May than on the same dates in 2019. So they're back to better than pre-pandemic levels in Florida, while in New York, still down 40 to 60%.
Ooh.
Up 20% in Florida, down 40 to 60% in New York. And the debate about what is slowing the growth, the resurgence, the recovery, well, I don't know. Jason Furman may have ended that debate. Jason Furman is a Harvard professor who's also a Obama-Biden favored economist. He was chairman of the Council of Economic Advisors in the Obama administration. He and his colleagues just did a study on the recovery, what's holding it back. School closures and lack of childcare are not holding back the recovery. Conversely, we shouldn't expect a short-term economic bump from reopening schools and making childcare more available. Well, that's one of the pat lines of the Democrats. Uh-oh. In fact, the study found that the employment rate for parents of young children actually declined at a lower rate than for those without kids. Better employment, parents of young children, than those without kids. Instead, the study suggests that enhanced federal unemployment benefits are playing a role in keeping people out of the workforce, which is what Republicans and others who have passed the Econ 101 course have been suggesting.
And restaurant owners themselves. I mean, there's so many signs that say, please be patient with our staff. We cannot find anyone who wants to work.
Right.
Those are popping up. You brought us to the attention one at a Burger King, but now they're popping up everywhere.
Yeah, so those anecdotes are confirmed by this macro analysis by Jason Furman, a Joe Obama favorite economist over at Harvard. For more on this, pleased to be joined again by Steve Moore, economist, Wall Street Journal columnist, Trumponomics author. Steve, thanks for joining us. Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Amy. Great to be with you, Dan. It was great to see you in Glen Ellen, Illinois.
Yes.
That was a lot of fun.
You ladies looked lovely up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. And, boy, you put me over the ringer. You're a tough cross-examiner, but it was a lot of fun. And so I was this weekend, apropos with what we were just talking about, I was at a kind of little resort town in Virginia, and I saw this on it's a sign on the door of it's called the Shore Break Grill. Okay, $10 to $18 starting wage rate, $50 to $100 signing bonus, full and part-time positions, our benefits, flexible schedule, free gym membership, free food every shift, 15% family discount, tuition reimbursement, group health insurance, paid vacation. I'm not making this stuff up.
Well, you're still going? I'm going to go there and apply.
Yeah.
I'll work a week and then I'll quit.
They probably have better benefits than you guys have. But anyway, this is happening all over the country. And by the way, you heard it first. It was Casey Mullion and I who did the study in the Wall Street Journal 3 months ago, predicting this was going to happen based on these benefits. And it's coming. It's funny how how economics works. By the way, I want to say something with regards to Jason Furman. I'm proud of you, Jason. You told the truth. You didn't let politics intervene, and that was probably he's probably being admonished by all his liberal friends, but he's an honest broker, and I really respect that, and we don't have enough of that. Science, I even don't even like the word anymore, has become so politicized that you just don't know who to believe anymore. And I thought that was a great thing that Jason went against the tide and said, hey, look, here are the facts. If you pay people not to work, then you get less people working.
Yeah, no, it was refreshing. And now back to reality. Alan Blinder, writing in the Wall Street Journal, is apparently he and Jason Furman need to get together because somebody's wrong. Alan Blinder saying that Biden's plan, which includes the things like the child care funding and so on and so forth that was examined by Furman's analysis, Biden's plan encourages true supply-side economics. Princeton econ professor Blinder saying the argument for more public investment is essentially the same as the argument for more private investment. If the returns are high enough, future benefits outweigh upfront costs, leaving some quote-unquote profit to the investor. So it's just about selecting the right projects like pre-K education and paid leave.
Yeah, and like Solyndra, right, and things like that. I mean, the government has such a great track record. And high-speed rail, let's not forget about how great that worked in California. I mean, look, Alan Blinder
Head start on topic.
I mean, he is so appropriately named. I mean, look, I agree with him. If public projects have the same return as private projects, then we should invest in public projects. Somebody show me, how about investing in California that are going to give spend $20,000 per kid in the public schools, and they think they have the worst public schools in the country. So somebody show me the return on this stuff, and then I'll be a believer. But I don't see it. I don't see how building windmills and having the government, invest in more Solyndras and, even the electric battery thing. Remember what happened to Obama? There were at least 25 projects that spent over $100 million. Every one of them went bankrupt. Gee, Ellen, that's a great return.
Well, I mean, this is, maybe somebody should introduce him to the scholarship of Nobel laureate James Buchanan. I mean, public choice theory. It's pretty simple stuff, right? People don't spend other people's money as judiciously as they spend their own, and there's no bottom line sensitivity in the public sector. Those turn out to be real big deals in terms of outcome.
And this is something I wanted to mention in this conversation is directly related to this. Front page story in the Sunday New York Times. I know you guys don't. I have to read it as part of my job. Are you ready for this, Dan and Amy? Are you ready?
Yeah.
World is facing first long slide in world population. Now, Dan and Amy, do you remember the 1960s and 1970s, the population bomb? And oh my God, everybody's got to stop having kids. Oh my God, we're going to be standing, shoulder to shoulder across the planet. We're going to breathe like, Norwegian field mice. And now they're telling us just the opposite. So here's what I'm telling you, Dan. 10 years from now, they're going to be talking about global cooling. I guarantee you, the planet is freezing over.
Well, because people are afraid to have kids because they want to help the planet. I mean, that's what young ladies say today, that, that my greater good, my civic duty is to help.
I know.
And I won't procreate. I won't have kids. I won't get married. I'll just be by myself. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask you about.
And that's go ahead.
Oh, no. Well, you go.
I was just going to say, it's actually a tragedy. I mean, there were a lot of women in the 70s and 80s who chose not to have children because they were told by the so-called experts, you're doing a disservice to the planet by not having kids. And now, it's like that old, that cartoon, the 45-year-old woman. Oh, damn, I forgot to have children. But it is a tragedy. It is a tragedy. So anyway.
No, I have a friend she's a converted Republican, and she said, I believed into that women's lib stuff, and I regret because now she's not in childbearing age anymore. And she said they had brainwashed me so badly that I did not have children. That's her biggest regret in life.
Yeah. And it's the same thing with now they're encouraging these kids. Oh, I'm feeling transgender today. Maybe I'm going to get rid of my breast. I'm going to get rid of my penis and do this. I mean, we are doing real damage.
Yep, there's point to that. Dan, it's not too late for you.
There's a
to
good
transition or to have children.
There's a good piece in American Mind about this too, about the baby bust. Total births lowest since 1979, and we're well below the 2.1 births per woman replacement rate. And so, so this becomes a real issue. And as you were saying, Steve, what we understand to be true, and then we just turn our back on it because we have some charlatans that have outsized profile thanks to complicit media, and we have to relearn all these things that we knew coming into this generation again. I mean, this is, I guess, happens every generation.
Yeah, and and we get it's just I get so tired of the left now saying the science says this, the science says that, and that's become a turnoff. Actually, they have perverted the whole term of science into basically saying anything that I believe is true is science, and anything that you believe is true isn't science. And we're seeing that, by the way, with respect to look at the Wuhan, where was the Wuhan virus? Where did it come from? When people like Trump said 6 months ago, we think that it might have come from a Chinese laboratory. Oh my God, he's the biggest liar, he's fabricating. And now even PolitiFact, which is one of these, websites that is supposed to, judge what's true and what's not true, they had to do an incredibly embarrassing, whoops, actually, Trump was right. Now there is evidence that this virus might have come from this lab. I mean, so you can't even trust the people who are supposed to be the fact checkers.
Well, now their cover story is, Trump and Pompeo so politicized the origins by suggesting it came from the lab that we couldn't get to the truth of it. Yeah, so by being right, they prevented us from, going through the process to get to what we understand to be true. I mean, it's just remarkable, their ability.
Well, there's another one. You want to know another one? I mean, because we're having fun with this. Randy Weingarten, you know her, right? She's the head of the teachers union. She was saying, we had to close the schools in Florida because of blah 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 blah. And then she was asked about this, and she said, "Well, no, this woman had said that Florida lied about the data." This is, I don't know if you remember this story, but this is was a public worker in the health department in Florida, and she completely fabricated this stuff.
Got fired,
and Randy, and it's been completely exposed, completely. And Randy Weingarten's still saying, "Oh yeah, I believe her." Because she's the science, even though she's been completely discredited.
Well, let's end on a high note. There is some good economic news, Steve, and it actually comes with unemployment. This is an area where I think you'll agree that increasing unemployment is good news. Law school entry-level faculty hiring is down 22%.
Woo!
Yeah.
That's good news. Hey, maybe these people will actually get a real job. Bill Niskanen, who was one of my heroes, he got one of the great economists ever. He said that he did all the economic analysis, and he found that every time we graduate another lawyer from law school, the GDP falls by another 100,000.
Steve Moore, economist, Wall Street Journal columnist, Trumponomics author. Steve, thanks.
Okay, guys. Have a great week. Take care.
Thank you. And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
It's news, opinion, insight. This is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Many doctors and specialists recommend eating a diet rich in fruits and vegetables because they are scientifically proven to provide your body with numerous benefits. Inside each fruit and vegetable are thousands of nutrients known as phytochemicals. They help to keep your cells strong and healthy. For years, scientists have isolated certain phytochemicals, creating artificial vitamins. But phytochemicals need to work together, and isolating them can have harmful effects. Only by eating whole fruits and vegetables can you get all the phytochemicals working together in harmony. At Balance of Nature, we understand this. That is why we use whole, natural produce in our products, providing your body with all the nutrition it needs on a daily basis. See why people all across the world are taking Balance of Nature by going to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-2468-751. And don't forget to get 35% off your first order as a preferred customer by using discount code CHICAGO.
All right. It's raining. Are you worried about your basement? Do you run downstairs all the time to check on it, see if it's leaking? How about your crawl space? Well, don't live like that. Permaseal can give you a permanent solution to a leaky, wet basement. All you have to do is call them, 1-800-421-SEAL, 1-800-421-SEAL, and they will send somebody over to give you a free, yes, I said it, a free inspection. They'll also check your foundation. They're the best in the business, rated an A+ by the Better Business Bureau. They've helped close to 500,000 homeowners in Northwest Indiana and the Chicagoland area. So call Permaseal, 1-800-421-SEAL, or simply go to permaseal.net.
Nobody wants to need an attorney, but when you do, you need to find the right firm, the one that shares your values and will take your case personally. That's Cuda Law. You get the entire Cuda Law team working on your case. Even the cell phone number of your lead attorney. Cuda Law wins. Go to CUDALaw.com. Cuda Law has the experience to get you a victory with any kind of personal injury, workers' compensation, medical malpractice, or COVID-related injuries or work injuries. Cuda Law wins. And you're not a number. You're not a case. You're a person that needs help. The Cuda Law team takes it personally and will